comic geeks and all the nerds in between. My name is Megan with Vigilante Vibes, and I am here with another episode today, and it is actually not a character breakdown, but I want to talk about influential Black characters of the Marvel Universe. It is Black History Month, and what better way to celebrate than the most influential Black characters of Marvel? Keep in mind, these are my personal preferences, so if you have another character that isn't on the list, let me know in the comments. These are in no specific order, just some are my favorites. So, we're going to start out strong with Synch. As a founding member of Generation X, it became pretty clear quickly that Synch's potential was basically off the charts. His mutant ability originally let him sync up with other nearby mutants, copying their powers as long as they were close. The catch was obvious. If there wasn't someone around with super strength or some other ability, he could not use them. Since being revived, though, that limit doesn't really apply the same way anymore. Synch can now remember people he's recently synced with, letting him hold on to certain powers for longer periods of time. On top of that, he isn't limited to mutants anymore. He can sync with anyone who has superpowers, which massively expands what he's capable of. And he's a very, very cool character. Miles Morales. Miles Morales got his powers the same way Peter Parker did, by being bitten by a genetically enhanced spider. Like Peter, he didn't really step up as a hero right away. That changed after he witnessed Peter's final battle against the Green Goblin, which pushed Miles to carry on his legacy as the new Spider-Man. Even though he's still young, Miles is incredibly strong, able to lift around 10 tons. Just like Peter, his strength is expected to grow the older he gets. On top of that, he has super fast reflexes and enhanced durability, making him one of the strongest Spider-Men out there, and easily one of the most powerful young heroes around. The next one, Sweet Christmas, we have to include Luke Cage on this list. Notwithstanding the fantastic Netflix series, Luke Cage was established as a common man's guardian. He stayed in Harlem to be a source of strength for his community. Sure, he was bulletproof and had the muscle power of like 1,000 oxen, but he was a hero to the people of the street. A family man with an inspirational backstory made him tangible and admirable. In June of 1972, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire #1, hit the bookshelves, and comic fans at that time had to adjust. You have to think, in the 70s, to have a Black comic book character be one of the heroes of his own comic book run was something very unusual for society. So it was very important that he made an impact, and he did, and he is still the power man Marvel needs. Riri Williams. I will not accept any slander against Riri Williams. Riri is a young genius who managed to reverse engineer Tony Stark's Iron Man armor. Her very first version, it didn't go well. It literally blew apart during its first test run, but it's a learning journey. But each new suit got better and better, eventually letting her step into the superhero role as Ironheart. While her armor is clearly inspired by Tony's designs, it doesn't actually use Stark tech aside from the onboard AI. Even so, it gives her durability and strength on par with Iron Man and War Machine. More recently, she's gotten her hands on the Mandarin's 10 rings, though those are strictly a last resort option. And plus, her series on Disney Plus was fantastic, and I watch it a lot. This next one is a super underrated character, and I don't understand why he doesn't get more of a spotlight. Blue Marvel. Stop me if you've heard this one before. A powerful Black man, a standout in the military, who goes on to become a legendary figure in Marvel Comics. It's happened plenty. But in this case, meet Adam Brashear, better known as Blue Marvel. He earned 2 Silver Stars as a Marine during the Korean War, then later became a lead researcher studying antimatter. One massive explosion later, Adam was transformed into a living, stable antimatter reactor. When it comes to powers, Blue Marvel pretty much checks every single box. He has extreme superhuman strength and skill, energy and antimatter manipulation, near invulnerability, cosmic awareness, and incredibly powerful telekinesis. To really put his status into perspective, creator Kevin Grevioux once pitched him with the question, what if Superman were Black in the early 60s? And now we've got the answer because we have Blue Marvel, which we don't see enough of. Of course, there's no Black History Marvel list without Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson, aka Captain America, is such an honorable man that Steve Rogers deemed him worthy to take the helm and the shield. So when you guys are sitting at home complaining he's not the real Captain America, well, your Lord and Savior Steve thinks so. And at one point he was even able to use Mjolnir. He was worthy of Mjolnir. Come on, guys. He has a heart of gold and has the respect of his entire team. Now he has the reins to an entirely new team of Avengers. He is that guy. It has been shown since Iron Man. He is perfect proof that what makes Captain America isn't what comes from a bottle, but is a good man. And Sam Wilson is just that, a good man. This one I take a little personally. If you know me, you know the X-Men and the mutants are everything to me. So this next one, Bishop. Let's get one thing clear about Bishop. He deserved better on all fronts. Lucas Bishop, better known as Bishop, is basically a walking energy battery. He can soak up weapons, fire, and raw force like a sponge in the ocean. Ever since the Uncanny X-Men number 282 back in 1991, Professor X has relied on him for his raw strength and durability. Meanwhile, in the movies, he got maybe 20 minutes as a supporting character in X-Men Days of Future Past, which is criminal. Bishop's a former cop and an absolute menace to villains, and yeah, he can time travel too, for whatever it's worth. Personally, I think it's time to put much more of a spotlight on him, and not just during February. This next one, another one that I think is underrated. Dr. Voodoo. Born in Haiti, Jericho Drumm, better known as Dr. Voodoo, eventually rises to become the Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, he's that powerful. His roots are deeply tied to the occult, and while that side of magic isn't always celebrated, it's what made him a master of the mystical and dark arts. When things get rough in a fight, Drumm can channel the spirit of his late brother de Voodoo, which quite literally doubles his power. His magic expertise makes him a necessary presence in the lives of Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and so many other people on the Avengers roster. He's gone toe-to-toe with Mephisto and fought alongside the Savage Avengers, wielding powers that are both divine and semi-physical. Definitely someone you do not want to take lightly, and when the newest Storm run came out and it started with Dr. Voodoo, I knew it was going to be a banger, and it was a banger, and I want to see more of him everywhere. Comics, I want to see him in MCU, I want to see it all. This one is one that we all know and love, and it is such a classic. Blade, the Daywalker, the Vampire Hunter, the godfather of the MCUs besides Robert Downey Jr. Blade is a half-human, half-vampire hunter known as the Daywalker. Born after his mother was bitten by a vampire during childbirth, he's immune to vampire weaknesses like sunlight, garlic, while keeping all of their enhanced strength, speed, and healing. Trained as a master fighter and weapons expert, Blade dedicates his life to wiping out vampires and other supernatural threats, often operating on the darker, street-level side of Marvel alongside characters like Doctor Strange or Ghost Rider. This one, I think, is a given because she is amazing. And you just can't get better than her. Ororo Munroe, aka Storm. Storm is easily one of the most influential and powerful Black superheroes in comics, period. She made a thunderous debut in Giant X-Men #1 back in 1975 and has been a cornerstone of the X-Men ever since. She's brilliant, the daughter of a Kenyan princess, and now has zero patience for terrible people. Storm isn't like most superheroes. She's an ecopath, meaning she's physically and emotionally connected to the planet itself. What the Earth does, she can do. What she feels, the world feels too, all within the limits of nature. She might not drop solar flares in Antarctica, but she absolutely can make a villain regret ever crossing her. To put it plainly, she is unlike any other superheroes of any color. And bringing us to the end of my list, this one is no surprise, Black Panther. Ever since the King of Wakanda entered Marvel Comics in Fantastic Four number 52 of 1966, he has always led the conversation of what a source of power black men were created to be. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby designed a figure of nobility and impregnability, and he led a mighty nation. He was Wakanda's champion and a beacon of might within the Avengers. Kevin Feige could not have paid enough to do better than Chadwick Boseman. He was regal, he was vigorous, he was T'Challa, he was the Black Panther. Moreover, he knew why Black Panther was created in the first place. It was the late 60s, and Marvel had a platform to say all men were equal, so they made a black man a king. Regardless of strength, skill, power, or force, Black Panther will always be the one seed in Marvel Comics for the mighty black superheroes. So that is my list of the most influential black characters of Marvel. I find all of these characters to be incredible. I think they are ones that need more of a spotlight on them, not just in February. So, yeah. If I missed out on anyone that you think should be added to this list, let me know in the comments. Let me know your favorite black character, and have a great Black History Month. With that being said, be sure to like and subscribe, and have a marvelous day.